Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. And by we, I mean us, Lindsay and Justin Pierre, the team.
Are you sure it's not just you?
The Me Show, starring me.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna do another book review. Check it out. This one's 1800 Miles to Nowhere by a good friend Brian Keith Diaz. I didn't just look at the book and read the name off the... I did just do that, but I knew his name. I'm not kidding. But yes, I just read this book and I read it really quick and it was really good.
I was sitting next to him on a plane and he was laughing out loud.
Yeah.
And I would proceed to read over his shoulder. So yeah, that was fun, right?
Yeah, it was just so good. And what I'm so excited about is that the writing itself is really good. And you know, like you know somebody and then they write a book and you really want to like it. And I was so scared that I would read it and I'd be like, but the writing is really good and it's so like beautiful as far as like, it just made, you know, and it could be that part of it is that I know a lot of the people he's talking about and I know a lot of the stories that he's writing about, but it just was like a love story about life on the road and I could so relate to it, you know, being a musician. But Brian's been in a couple bands. He's in Edna's Goldfish and the Reunion Show, and their Reunion Show was one of the first bands that we kind of went out on tour with a lot, and we toured with, I think they were headlining, and it was like us and Fall Out Boy and the All American Rejects, and but it was just crazy good times, and yeah, and it's just a fun. I mean, it's sad, and there's just so many things. It just kind of.
Are you mentioned in it?
I don't know if I'm mentioned by name.
The band?
The band. Oh yeah, there's actually a whole chapter dedicated to Motion City Soundtrack, which is really cool. And some of the things that he says made me sad. But it's totally great just to like relive and kind of see things from his point of view and what happened. And yeah, it's just, I don't know. It was just such a good. Just made me feel really good, and I would give it a 5 out of 5.
If somebody could give, you know, it's like if somebody wrote a book about the inside scoop on a tour with Motion City Soundtrack, and you still like the book, I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
yeah.
You tell the truth, but you do it in a way that's not horrible.
No, and like I think he even sent us
at the same time.
Yeah, he sent us an email like a while back saying, "Hey, I'm gonna write some stuff. You want to check it out?" And my whole thing is like, I would never want to see, you know, you can't, like, people have their point of view and whatever it is, and I feel like I'm making this sound, like, super dark and, like, whatever. It's not. It's just the fact that I think I didn't realize that we were basically, he was doing the job of, like, 7 people for the, you know, paycheck of 1, and in retrospect, I feel bad and guilty about that. But he's moved on and he's done a lot of really cool stuff with a lot of really great bands, and now he's got a book. And it's really good.
I bet anybody who likes any of the bands he's worked with will enjoy reading it.
Oh, yeah.
Or find a connection in it. Or people who are in bands and on the road.
Yeah, so if you want to, you know, read up about some stories about Fall Out Boy, Guns N' Roses,
Motion City Soundtrack,
and Brian Keith Diaz, it's just a really good book. It's super fun, so I
Awesome.
highly recommend it.